Hey there, ladies. It's Krista Smith here from Activate Her Awesome, and I am coming at you today because I want to talk about logos. One of the things that my audience tells me time and time again whenever I get in touch with them to find out what I can do to help them or support them more, one of the things that they tell me all the time is, I can't go further because I don't have a logo. So I can't start my online business because I don't have a logo yet, and I need a logo and I need business cards or I'm not legit. I wanted to take a few moments today to break this down for you, to show you that you're actually overthinking it and making it much more than it needs to be. And I'm actually using Amy Porterfield as a case study for you. So Amy is an amazing educator. She teaches, look, it says right here, I teach business owners, educators, and entrepreneurs the profitable action steps for building a highly engaged email list, creating online training courses, and using online marketing strategies to sell with ease. So she has an amazing podcast called the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast. If you aren't subscribed or listen to it, I highly recommend that you do, because if you're hanging around here, you are looking to start an online business too. And she has so many great tips and tools and strategies and freebies that you can download. She supports her audience heavily. And for anybody starting out, I would definitely recommend following Amy. And Amy makes like seven figures. So this isn't like some fly by the seat of her pants. Like, she walks the walk and talks the talk. So I think it's important to know that. And as we go through her evolution, I want you to check in with yourself and say, hey, do I really need a logo before I get my business started? Is that really what's holding me up? Because I have a hunch once you see this, you're going to go, not so much. So if we go back, I'm going to start with 2009. This is the first one I was able to find. And I want to say that I'm kind of concentrating on the logo area, which is in the header area of Amy's website. So this is the visual brand that we've seen online of her over the years. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to illustrate to you how really small of a part your logo plays in your overall online brand. So if this is what's preventing you, not having a logo, from starting your online business, you kind of need to give your head a shake, because it's really not that big of a deal as you think it is. Your logo is one small part of your brand identity, or the visual way in which people will experience you online. And you're talking about color palette and font choices and introduction of a specific brand photography, a style of photography, textures, patterns, design flourishes. All of these things together and collectively make up your brand identity, or the visual representation of your brand online. Your logo is one part of that, but we get it in our heads that unless we have some cute little sparkly little icon that goes with our business name, we're not legit. And I want to show you that someone making seven figures doesn't need all of that in order to make it happen. So don't let not having a logo stop you. Let's go through the evolution of Amy's brand. So here we have back in 2009, this was the first one I was able to get, and we have a very serif kind of font here, and there is some kind of an icon that she used for a period of time. We've got gray and red. That's kind of what she started it with, and she stuck with that for the first couple of years. In 2010, she moved towards a little bit stronger red and more, definitely a darker gray, almost a black, and gorgeous image of her with the red, and it complements her hair so beautifully. So this is just lovely. And this is really quite big, actually. This is huge to have on a website. And I'll show you the actual websites at the end so that you can get the bigger picture, but I wanted to kind of zoom in close up for you. So this is 2010. In 2011, she made the departure. So she moved more towards what we see a little bit more clearly now. So now she's moved towards a sans serif font, and she's moved to all caps. So these were capitalized in 2009 and 2010, and she's moved to this all caps, very strong way of illustrating her logo kind of area at the top of her websites. Again, we have a beautiful photo with her in red. Then we're going to jump ahead to 2015 so you can see the evolution. And she's changed up her color, still using the red up here. She's got the blue on, but same area at the top of her website. So this is working for her. She hasn't felt the need to change at all over the years. So important to note that. Adding a definite little bit of femininity here using this script font here, and has really realized that, okay, list building is where it's at. This is where I want to kind of concentrate my time. We'll move into 2016. So 2016, same area on her website, hasn't changed it. We're now consistent for 4 or 5 years here. 2017 is where she made a departure. So now she is definitely, realized that this is important real estate at the top of your website, and you don't necessarily need to make it larger than life. So much smaller area of her logo. It looks like there is an increase in letter spacing. We zoom right in here. Let's just see. There's an increasing in the space between the letters. If we compare it to here, you can see that let's just go for the I and the E, see how close it is here. But if we go to the I and the E here, there's more space. So she's increased the letter spacing between her letters, but much smaller area, looks way more on trend. This is certainly the way in 2017 and beyond that we're seeing things move. Simple is stylish. Simple is classic. You don't need this logo. I hope you're really starting to realize that all this effort that you've put into creating this amazing logo for a business that you may or may not know is going to succeed or do well, or something that you're not going to want to change, is actually a waste of your time and probably more of your inner critic holding you back from launching your business than anything else. So let's move down to 2019. She has introduced more yellow into her brand. She started to introduce it here. You can see the pop on this button, and has really brought it through and has lightened everything up. It's gorgeous, and don't need to see any more here. Again, logo area, nothing special. One font, a sans serif with some letter spacing, and it's gray. And finally, this is where she's at today. She's introduced a calligraphic font that's showing up here, still using a shade of yellow. This is more kind of green, but it's definitely a shade of yellow, and is bringing people into the story of what she does. So let's head over, ladies, and check out the full web pages so you can get a sense of the scope and the way in which her logo has played a part in her online brand identity and in her digital footprint over the years. So this is 2010. You can see it's actually taking up a pretty big portion of the top part of her website. In 2011, that's when she moved it a little bit smaller and changed it to that sans serif font. Still pretty boxy, definitely always leading with content. Amy was amazing at always leading the charge on that. And here we have 2015. So still lots of pops of color here. Looks amazing. Here is 2016. So let's zoom in on this one. So bottom part pretty much looks the same. It's just the top part that changed. Here's 2017. This is where she made that big departure and started to really embody brand photography and allowed it to really play a role in how her brand is displayed online. Amazing. 2019, again, brand photography is huge. You can see how you're able to keep some of the same images. Just swap out some new ones, add some new ones, and it freshens that up. Here's 2020. Again, amazing photos, stellar. So here's what I want to say. If you compare Amy in 2010 to 2020, there's a big change. Your brand, whatever you launch with now, is not going to be the same in 10 years. Like Amy, you're going to evolve and grow. You're going to invest in yourself and invest in your clients and invest in your business as you become more profitable. What's important is knowing what to invest in when. And that's what I love doing. I love helping women develop their brand strategy. So, figuring out how to get an online business, how to get a successful online business, and how to know what to invest in when. Because there's all kinds of technology and all kinds of bells and whistles that you can bring on. You need someone that you can go to and ask and say, hey, what do you think about this? And throw some perspectives at you for you to try on so that you can make the best decision for your business. If you're feeling frustrated or bewildered or overwhelmed with tech, or you just don't know which way to turn and you're procrastinating on getting your online business out there, reach out. I would love to have an initial conversation with you to see how I can support you the best in moving your dreams and plans forward. Cheers.